When I was in 6th, it's when I first heard about JEE. It's the hardest exam, so tough, blah blah blah. I then thought only genius people can clear it. Soon I came to know about NEET too, NEET. Even though I didn't know what G stand for why we write, but I knew one thing that after 12th we have to choose one and write. See, born in India, we are trained to become engineer or doctor. Even worse, school students are trained to clear exams which has the most publicity and not because of the passion of their dream. But why? Is doctor or engineer the only field where we find success? Me, you and everyone knows the simple answer? No. Then what are the other fields? Why aren't other fields encouraged in India as these two can? These were the questions I raised when I said I wanted to be a footballer when I was in 10th. Inspired by the great footballers like Messi, I acknowledged my wish to my parents. My parents are generally very supportive and kind, but they didn't support in this matter. Naturally, as you are born in India, your wish to become a pro famous footballer is already dead, buried. But I wanted to give it a try. I was willing to take the risk, but my parents denied. They said the obvious: you are too young to take decisions of your own. I was forced to take science stream as that was the only one in our school. Then I left the thought and focused on what I had: science. Now, before entering 11th, I was given two choices: JEE or NEET, more like engineering or doctor. By this time, I knew what these meant, and the obvious, I didn't try to explore other options. My bad. And went with NEET, because as my relatives say, Doctor Indigi Kasho Kashi. But things took a turn. In 11th, for the first time, I started to have interest in what I was studying, especially physics. I loved the fact how all were interconnected and how the things thought is related to daily life issues. I enjoyed biology too, except the taxonomy. Maths is what I hate till this day. It's my dearest enemy, if I say so. So, with gradual interest in science, I passed to 12th, and around the end of 12th, I awoke my senses. What am I studying? More like, what am I studying for? I had forgotten the fact that I was studying for NEET. I was just enjoying the feel of this subject until this realization hit me. Then I started studying for NEET, even though I loved physics. For 45 days, I studied every day for 16 hours non-stop. For 45 days, not dreaming to become a doctor, but only to clear the exam, as if after the exam the life is settled. Till one day, finally I gave the exam and everything ended. Results? Maybe in another video. But then I came across IAT and NEST exam, which introduced me to the research and teaching field. Look, I was always passionate to be a researcher, like to see when people invent new things, but I didn't know how to become one or what exam to write, mainly because I never raised my opinion strongly. But as I knew now, I thought of giving it a chance. And jumping to the present, I cleared both IAT and NEST. So, by hearing my story, what do you think? Well, what I suppose is that counseling or a simple awareness on different careers is very important, especially for the 10th pass out students, as they become clueless at that point, then it's very hard to catch on. I know there is mistake on my side too, to not trying to be aware of other streams, but what can I do? Even if I know, how can I convince my parents, my relatives, my society? If I am itself not sure about the future of the path I am taking, what about availability of the resources? We know what parents say is the good for you because they have already experienced it in their life. But if you have strong willpower, determination, and the correct future path, very important, then you don't need to hear about what the society or anyone says but only to yourself. If you are in the 10th, good, you still have time. Please explore the different career paths. Don't listen to your friends or others, but truly to yourself and choose accordingly. Even if you are a bit late in figuring it out, like me, don't worry. You can still find a way to make your chosen path the best. Remember one thing, don't run behind exams for finding success. Find your passion, your interest, and aim for it. That itself is a success.
Yeah.